In this video, I'll be sharing my experience trying a 48-hour fast. As you can see by the title, it didn't go well. After having completed a 36-hour-long fast a few months ago, I thought I would try a 48-hour-long fast for some additional health benefits. I made a video of my 36-hour-long fast, by the way. I'll link it somewhere in this video or in the description. This time I made an electrolyte powder to have during my fast. I made this with items I already had at home. I used cream of tartar, which is rich in potassium, salt, bicarbonate of soda, and magnesium bisglycinate. During my fast, I only drank water with or without electrolytes, herbal teas, or green tea. I wasn't working, so I spent my time chilling, doing some housework, going shopping, working out a bit. I was hungry at times, but for the most part it was pretty uneventful. On the second night of my fast, I went to bed pretty hungry, but I was quite glad that my fast was gonna be over the next day. It was due to be over at about 2 p.m. So I was looking forward to having some food. I was starting to plan what I would break my fast with, which needs to be a small meal. And I was gonna be asleep for a big proportion of what was left of my fast. And here is when things start to go wrong. I woke up at 6 a.m. feeling unwell. I felt that I had tachycardia, I was sweaty, and I was feeling generally sick. At first, I tried to ignore it and go back to sleep because it was too early and I was quite sleepy. But in the end, I decided to get up and break my fast. And that's when I realized how sick I was. I felt really weak and dizzy. I had trouble walking. My coordination was terrible. Something had gone terribly wrong. My cognition was also affected. But I did realize that I was in danger and that I only had a short period of time to get that sorted before my condition could become dangerous. I rushed downstairs and into the kitchen as quickly and safely as I could. I filled up a kettle with water to make miso soup to break the fast. The kettle felt very heavy and I had trouble opening and squeezing the sachet into the mug as my coordination was impaired. Suspecting hypoglycemia, I took a sugar sachet I had lying around. I opened it and started to eat a little bit as I also drank some water because I was probably dehydrated. I took my water, sugar sachet, and miso mug to the lounge and sat on the sofa as I watched YouTube to distract myself from how unwell I felt. As I sat on the sofa, I looked at myself in the mirror. My skin, my face was grey. I also looked at my hands and my hands looked grey. And normally I have this sort of tone that you can see here, that I'm quite rosy, so that was a bit alarming. And my head felt so heavy, I had to rest it on a cushion that I put behind my head. I took a banana as I thought it would help with my sugar levels and may provide me with some more electrolytes. I had my miso soup and I had some water and sugar in between sips. As I was finishing the miso soup, I started to feel better. Even though I was very tired at that point, I still didn't feel well enough to feel comfortable with going back to bed, so I stayed up for a bit longer. And then I started to feel worse. I didn't know what was going on at first, but I started to feel this nausea and this sickness, and I felt like I needed to throw up. And I did. As I threw up, I was worried that I may vomit everything that I had managed to get into my body, that may make my condition dangerous as my sugar levels may start going down again, and I may not be able to keep anything down, which would be very, very dangerous. I also have to say that I was alone at home. So it was only me who could call an ambulance, and if I go unconscious or something happens to me, then that's it. Luckily, I didn't throw up much. I used my empty miso mug, and it was about a quarter of a mug, so most of what I had was still in me, which was quite reassuring. Immediately after vomiting, I felt lots better, and I felt really tired. and I stayed on the sofa, nodding off for a bit, before I felt comfortable that I was well enough to go back to bed. I slept for almost 2 hours after that. When I woke up, I felt almost fine. Then I had my usual breakfast, which was milky porridge in this case, and it felt a bit heavy in my stomach, but otherwise I was feeling almost fine by that point. After this experience, I've decided that I will limit my fast to 24 to 30 hours max to keep it within the safe limits for me. Now I wonder, what are your thoughts? Have you tried a long fast? How did it go? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to read it. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.